What up? Welcome aboard Ahoy, a Disney cruise planning podcast presented by vacationkingdoms.com. Whether you're a first-time sailor or seasoned cruiser, this podcast is your ultimate Disney Cruise Line destination. My name is Connor Brown. I'm a Gold Castaway Club member, a frequent cruiser, and seasoned travel agent specializing in Disney Cruise Line vacations. And I've got plenty of tips, insights, and firsthand experiences to share with you. So listen in and become a Disney Cruise Line expert before you even step aboard your next Disney ship. If you want even more Disney cruise content in between episodes, be sure to head to vacationkingdoms.com to learn more. But for now, let's set sail. Let's set sail. Listen, this is our first episode of Ahoy, and I'm so excited to get started. If you know me from WDW Opinion, you know I absolutely love Walt Disney World. I recently, I guess in the last few years, moved down to Orlando to become an Orlando resident full time. What that has given me the opportunity to do is sail more frequently, or really ever at all. I went on a few cruises in middle school, early high school, growing up. I only ever went on one Disney cruise line. And from what I remember, it was an awesome family vacation. I did that back in middle school. So I was always intrigued about going on another Disney cruise, especially experiencing it as an adult. Well, moving to Florida has certainly, I guess you could say, jump-started or kicked my cruising love affair into hyperdrive, because I've been on quite a few since I've moved down here. In the past 2 years, I've been on 3 Disney cruises, and I already have 2 more planned for 2024. Yeah, so it's safe to say I'm a pretty big fan of Disney Cruise Line, and it's partly why I started this podcast. I love Walt Disney World, and I know so many people do as well. But I believe that the Disney Cruise Line vacation experience is so unique and it's so awesome, and it differs very, very much from a Walt Disney World vacation, but still shares all of the good components, or a lot of the good components that a Walt Disney World vacation can give you. And I hope that this is informative to you. Listen, I think it's a Disney Cruise Line vacation is kind of for everyone. I guess unless you have a terrible fear of the ocean, the open seas, a fear of boats. I don't know if that fear would stem from water or just of things that look like boats in general. Either way, if you don't have that fear, or if you're looking to overcome that fear, a Disney Cruise Line vacation is an awesome, awesome opportunity. But it does have its own complexities, especially when it comes to planning, picking your itinerary, picking your cruise ship, all sorts of things. So this podcast with Ahoy, that's what I'm looking to solve. I'm looking to alleviate those stresses, share my personal experiences aboard Disney Cruise Line, so that hopefully it can help you plan the perfect Disney Cruise Line vacation. Before we really get into any specifics, we'll talk that on a subsequent episode. On this episode, episode 1 of Ahoy, what I wanted to do was kind of share what I love about Disney Cruise Line. And I have 7 things that I'm going to share today on the show. The first kind of talks a little bit about what I've already mentioned, just briefly, and it's the Disney touch. So it's kind of hard to picture, but even though you're on a massive ship in the middle of the ocean, the Disney touch is still alive and well. I know for some that can be a great thing. If you're listening to this podcast, probably it is a great thing, especially if you're a Walt Disney World fan trying to become a Disney Cruise Line fan. The Disney touch is awesome. For others who might be, not the biggest Disney fan, but kind of just want to have a fun family experience, you can get a little intimidated by that. On the Disney Cruise Line, I think it's the best balance of it all. And when I say Disney touch, what I mean first and foremost is the service and the expertise that you expect at a Disney destination is alive and well, and I think thriving, sometimes even better when compared to the parks, the level of service that you get on a Disney Cruise Line vacation. Depending upon when you go, it is a luxury cruise, right? So it can be much, much more expensive than an average Disney World vacation, considering a few parameters based on where you're staying at Walt Disney World. But the Disney touch is there. And then the Disney touch, I also mean the theming. Everywhere you look, there are subtle references, and sometimes there are overt references, right? You know, a restaurant themed to Tangled, of course, is not going to be a subtle Disney touch at all. It's going to be a blatantly obvious Disney touch with characters running around. But beyond that, I think as you navigate this ship, the touches are subtle, and it's not overtly in your face. It can be as overtly in your face as you want. But I think that the Disney touch is alive and well, and I love that aspect of it because I, of course, love Disney, right? I think another huge aspect of why I really love the Disney cruise line experience, and really cruise line experience in general, is all you have to do is get on the ship. That's your number one goal. That's your number one priority. Just get on the ship. Now, of course, there is planning before that. I get it. I totally get it. But all things considered, you're pretty much done with the majority of planning a couple months before you even step foot on the ship. Your final payment is made well in advance. You've booked any extra things, any excursions you've booked. You can book those sorts of things on board based on availability and all that. But really, once you get that done, the next couple of months, you're just waiting to go. And then your sole goal is to get on the ship. Get on the ship, and pretty much everything is taken care of for you. You have your set dining times, right? You know what restaurant you're going to eat at which night. If you wanted a signature dining experience, one you pay extra for, yeah, you would make that reservation in advance, or once you get right on the boat. That's totally makes sense. But for the most part, you know what you're doing. You've picked the early dining or the late dining. They give you your rotation once you get on board. You download the Disney Cruise Line Navigator app to your smartphone, and from there, you can see all the things that they're doing throughout the day, entertainment-wise. But all you have to do is get on the boat. Get on the boat, and everything else is taken care of for you. Compare that to a Walt Disney World vacation. There's a myriad of things that you have to do once you arrive at Walt Disney World. You then have to figure out, okay, I'm at my hotel. Genie Plus, what is that? That has to do with getting ride reservations, right? 7 a.m.? I have to purchase it before 7 a.m. Okay, and then what do? I got to take a bus to get to where? Or the Skyliner or a boat? Well, I'm going here. Can I go to another park? There's so many different questions that you have to ask within the first 2 hours you're awake on your Disney vacation at Disney World. And that's every day, right? On a Disney Cruise Line vacation, all you got to do, get on the boat. Get on the boat, baby. And then you can plan as much or as little as you want. They don't release schedules in advance, meaning you won't know that bingo's at 3 o'clock on Tuesday until you get on the ship, right? And you look at the schedule that way. And that makes sense because they have to be flexible, right? It is a moving city. Things happen. Things have to change. But those sorts of things, a little bit of planning once you get on board. You can wake up and not do anything. It's great. You just get on the ship, download the Disney Cruise Line Navigator app, and you let the rest of the crew do the work for you. You just show up. Get on the ship. That's what I absolutely love. My third thing that I love about a Disney Cruise Line vacation is Castaway. Castaway Key, Disney's private island in the Bahamas. On most Bahamian itineraries and on many Caribbean itineraries, they include a stop at Castaway Key. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm not a big beach guy. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're probably thinking, who's this guy that looks like Casper the Friendly Ghost giving me advice about a beach vacation? I get it. I get it, right? I burn easily. The sun is my mortal enemy. Sand's not really my friend there either as well. Castaway Key is just different. it hits different, as the kids are saying these days. I hope the kids are saying that these days. Castaway Cay, it's Disney's private island. They own the entire island. Only Disney cruise ships can go there. When you're docked there, no other Disney cruise ship is going to be there. It's a one cruise ship kind of island. Other cruise lines have their own private islands as well, but sometimes they dock multiple massive ships at these private islands. When your cruise ship on Disney is at Castaway, you're the only cruise ship there, which is fantastic. Whether it's the Family Beach or Serenity Bay, it's just delightful. That's the best word I can use to describe it. Delightful. You get off the ship once you dock in Castaway, and just for me personally, I am awash with peacefulness. I'm on island time, baby. I'm on island time, and I love that. Even if you're not, maybe if you're a little more wired at a bit higher threshold, there's plenty to do as well. You can snorkel, you can hop on a bicycle, you can run around the island, you can compete in a 5K that they do every morning. The little ones can go to kind of like a camp of sorts. You can check them in there. They can have a great time. There's a huge water obstacle course and slides in the middle of the ocean. I think I mentioned snorkeling, but snorkeling is very cool. You can get a banana boat. You can get one of those bikes that you pedal on the water. I don't know. It looks awful, to be honest with you, but that is an option for you if you wanted to do that. Or you could lay in a hammock the entire day. There's food on the island. The food is included, like most standard food on a Disney Cruise Line vacation. You can adventure or relax as much as you want. People time and time again say how much Castaway is their favorite part of a Disney Cruise Line vacation, and I am right there with them. I absolutely love going there, and honestly, I think it's one of the biggest reasons to plan a Disney Cruise Line vacation. It's so awesome. They're building a second private destination, Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point, that is debuting in the next couple of weeks, that I will be at very, very soon, and I'm very excited for it. Will it beat out Castaway Cay? I'm not putting money on it. I'd like it to. I don't know how it'd be possible to do that because of how much I love Castaway, but I'm here for it, and I'm excited for it. My fourth thing that I love about a Disney Cruise Line vacation is the food. The food. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to have a whole lot of tips with this first episode of Ahoy, but I'm going to give you one right here, right now. Here's my first top tip when it comes to a Disney Cruise Line vacation. As soon as you step on board, if you need to make extra dining reservations, you can do that. Palo, you want to change up your dining rotation, you can do that. You can do that. After you've done that, or if you don't need to do that, the first thing you need to do when you step aboard on a Disney Cruise Line vacation is head straight to the buffet. The buffet. Cabanas on the Disney Magic, Wonder, Fantasy, and Dream. Marceline Market on the Disney Wish. Those are the buffets that you're going to go to. I love them. My God, what a buffet this is. Get a little crab legs, some shrimp. Maybe they have some lamb there, usually on the first day. Chicken tendies, French fries, pastas, all sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff. The dessert spread, my goodness, I could write a poem about the dessert spread, and maybe I will. That is the perfect way to set the food tone, to set the pace of food, I like to say. Additionally, the rotational dining is a very unique concept that Disney executes very, very well. On each Disney Cruise Line ship, there are 3 main dining restaurants. They differ from ship to ship, class to class, but basically how it works is each night you're in a different one. So if you're on a 3-night cruise, you hit each one. If you're on a 4-night cruise, you go to one twice. I'll get into that a little bit more. If you're on a 5-night cruise, you go to two twice, etc., etc. Each offer their own unique theme, and with it, their unique menu items. Additionally, they could have entertainment components attached to them. These are, massive restaurants, and they're cooking a lot of food in mass for a large amount of people. So things can be hit or miss. But the great part about this is your Disney Cruise Line vacation price includes most of your activities on board. It includes your cabin, of course. It includes all food for the most part. There's some like, coffee you have to pay for, beer and wine you have to pay for. There's some specialty restaurants that you have to pay for, you have to upcharge for. But for the main part, for most of it, most food is included. So if you're at one of these rotational dining restaurants and, you get an appetizer and you're like, this ain't my jam, I don't like it. You know what you can do? Order something else. That's right. It's unlimited there too. If you wanted to order 2 appetizers, do it. If you wanted to order an appetizer, a salad, and a soup, live. Go on, live with your bad self. You can do that if you want to do that. If you want to have sit-down breakfast every day, why the heck not? Premium dining is also exceptional. Again, it's an elevated price on the Magic and Wonder. There's Palo. It is an adult-only dining destination. On the Dream and the Fantasy, there's Palo and also Remy, which is an even higher tier priced one. And then on the Wish, there's Palo Steakhouse, and Enchanté is another restaurant. I've eaten at Palo on the Dream. I've eaten at Palo Steakhouse on the Wish, and I've eaten at Enchanté on the Wish for brunch. They're all exceptional dining experiences, and the coolest part about it, elevated dining experience, fantastic food, cooked to order, right? The views that you have are of the open ocean and water. So freaking cool. Also, room service is included. You have to tip, but it's included. Not a whole lot of places do that. Not a whole lot of other cruise lines include room service in your price package. There's also plenty of bars and lounges to hang out in. There's no drink package on a Disney cruise line compared to other compared to other cruise lines out there. That is a bit of an anomaly, but I will say there's plenty of options for you. There's a drink of the day that's usually like $5. There's also the Mug Club, which is great if you're a beer drinker. I'll talk about those options on subsequent episodes of the show, but plenty there and a lot of great lounges to hang out in. My fifth thing that I absolutely love about a Disney Cruise Line vacation is the entertainment. There's always something to do on board. I love playing trivia, and they have so many trivia options throughout the day. I also love me some bingo. No casino on a Disney Cruise Line, which is a bit of a bummer. But you also have to think of the clientele that they're appealing to. But bingo is competitive, high stakes, cutthroat, some might say. Not really, but it is a lot of fun. But there's so many other things beyond that. Jack's Diaper Race, a personal favorite. We're racing babies. That's what that is. There's plenty to do for the kids. There's kids clubs for each age group. There's even a demo called the 1820 Society. The 1820 Society is for those kids that are technically adults, but also can't drink. So that kind of limbo phase, if they're on the cruise, they do other things for them. So there's plenty to do, so much to do all over the place, entertainment-wise. The entertainment team on all Disney cruise ships is awesome. But also there's musicians and other entertainers all over the place throughout the day, usually towards the evening. The lounges will bring in a musician, a piano player, something like that, maybe a little small band. They're always great. And then the shows are awesome. Nightly, almost nightly. So on each cruise ship, there's 3 Broadway-style shows, they like to call them. If you're on a 7-night cruise, you'll see those 3, and then the other days will be filled with maybe a different entertainer, maybe a magician they bring on board the ship, other aspects of that beyond that as well. That's great. I love that. The Broadway style shows are almost always excellent. Really, really cool. There's 2 shows each night. So no matter what dining rotation you get seated at, whether it's main dining or late dining, you'll be able to see the show either before or after. I also love the sail away party that they do when you're leaving the port when you first get on the ship. And the pirate night parties are spectacular. Disney is pretty much the only cruise line that does fireworks at sea on most Bahamian and Caribbean itineraries. Fireworks at sea, incredible. The dinner shows, so I mentioned some of the rotational dining locations offer shows during dinner. Really cool. And there's little shows throughout that you can catch here or there. Things like Family Feud, Match Your Mate, those sorts of things. Awesome, 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 awesome. My 6th thing that I absolutely love about a Disney Cruise Line vacation is that it can be relaxing, especially when you compare to Walt Disney World vacation, which can be go, 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 go. A Disney Cruise Line vacation can be a welcome uh, uh, change from that. There's so much entertainment to do. There's so much dining to do. You can also not do anything at all. You can sit by the pool the whole day. You can chill in a lounge. You can sit on your balcony. You can watch the world go by. It's really, really awesome. When you're on Castaway, that's the same thing. You can just chill. You don't have to do anything. Compared to those go, go, go theme park trips, you don't feel compelled to have to always be doing something. On a Disney Cruise Line vacation, you can have a full day filled with a lot of stuff, but a big majority of that day is still just relaxing, just chilling. That's what I love about a Disney Cruise Line vacation. And my 7th thing that I love about the Disney Cruise Line is what's coming, is what's on the horizon. There are more ships coming. Currently, there are 5. Magic and Wonder are in their own kind of class. The Dream and the Fantasy in their own class. The Wish is in a class of its own. By the end of 2024, we're going to get the Disney Treasure, which is a sister ship to the Disney Wish. And then in 2025, we're also getting the Disney Destiny, which is the third sister to the Wish and Treasure. But also, we're getting the Disney Adventure, which is going to be one of the biggest cruise ships in the world. It's going to cater to the to an Asian market. It's going to be parked in Singapore pretty much year round. So it's going to be a very different ship. I don't know when, if I'll ever get on it, but I just love that they're building more ships. Each ship, for the most part, is kind of its own unique thing. A lot of them carry over the same similarities here and there, but it's just another thing, another new thing to do. And additionally, I mentioned it, the new private destination lookout key at Lighthouse Point. It's coming very, very, very soon, and I'll be there very, very, very soon as well. Very excited for that. And new things for me. You know, I've pretty much only ever done Caribbean or Bahamian itineraries on Disney Cruise Line. I'd love to experience other itineraries, whether it's other Caribbean-based ones, whether it's Alaskan cruises, European cruises. The Mediterranean is big for Disney Cruise Line. These are things that would be new to me that I've never done before. I would love to experience that. Or different itineraries like a Marvel or Pixar day at sea, which of course is very unique to Disney alone. Wow. So much stuff. So much stuff. So much reasons. So many reasons, I should say, to love Disney Cruise Line. Like I said, I've become a huge evangelist for it, a huge fan of it, and I've helped many people plan their vacations. And I hope I'm able to plan your vacation or help you daydream for your next Disney Cruise Line vacation with this podcast. Thank you so very much for listening to Ahoy, a Disney cruise planning podcast presented by Vacation Kingdoms. I hope you enjoyed episode 1 of this new show. Please do me a huge, huge favor and rate and review us over on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. And please subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. Hope you enjoyed this first episode. I'm so excited. Subsequent episodes, I think I'm going to do some 101 series, whether it's itinerary based or cruise ship based, just giving a general 101 of Disney Cruise Line. Very much looking forward to that. But if you have Disney Cruise Line questions, or you already have a trip planned and you're excited and you just want to share it with me, send me some notes. Connor, CONOR, at vacationkingdoms.com. I'd love to hear from you. And until the next time, thanks so much for listening. I've been Connor Brown. I'll see you on the next episode.